Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be talking about forms of government. Now this video is for my civics class, so if you are in my civics class, this is what video you will want to watch. But as always, if you're not in that class but you still want to watch, you are more than welcome to. So, starting off the video today, we have a quote from Winston Churchill. It says, "Democracy is the worst form of government, except all others that have been tried." Winston Churchill. So what do you think that means, how he feels about democracy? I'll give you a couple minutes to think about that. What that means is he's saying that democracy is the best type of government. Okay, we're going to be talking about forms of government today. Last time we talked about some key terms you're going to need to know going forward. Well, today we are going to talk about more like forms of government and the ways that certain countries are organized. So the first, we're going to talk about the classic forms of government. The first one up is monarchy. The government is headed by one person, such as a king or queen, who exercises supreme authority. Now, as you could probably tell by the way he's dressed, the person in the picture here is a king. That is King Louis, who was king of France during the French Revolution. And if you don't remember your history, it doesn't end well for him. Under a monarchy, usually power resides in a single family, with rulership passed from parent to child. So this is the traditional, whenever you think of a king and a queen, and if you're born the king's son, then you are bound by your destiny to become king yourself. And that's kind of how power was passed down under a monarchy. Monarchy is an autocracy, where one person controls most governing decisions. And now the difference, what an autocracy is where all the government power and decision is in one person, and that person is called an autocrat. Dictatorship. One person or a small group, a dictator, holds unlimited power over the government. They typically assume power by violence and hold it by force. The picture here is a person I'm sure that everyone recognizes instantly. That is Adolf Hitler. He was one of the most evil just people in general to walk the face of the earth. But on top of that, he was a dictator. Dictators may claim to represent the people, but most head authoritarian regimes that control the people. The way that a lot of dictators will come into power is they will, they'll tell the people what they want to hear and kind of get them on their side and say that they are going to represent them, that they are going to be for the people, whenever actually they're for themselves and they just want to control the people. They use the people to get into power. Some resort to totalitarianism, where the dictator controls every aspect of the people's lives. And Adolf Hitler, Stalin, and Kim Jong-un are all examples of dictators that have resorted to totalitarianism. Dictatorships may also be an oligarchy. Now, oligarchies are led by a small group who hold power. An oligarchy, the difference between an autocracy and an oligarchy is an oligarchy, it's a group of people that hold unlimited power, whereas an autocracy is a single person. But where they are common is that they both hold unlimited, unchecked power over the government. Okay, the next term we're going to talk about is theocracy, and what a theocracy is, and what makes a theocracy a theocracy. Now, a theocracy exists where a legal system of a state is based on religious law. Now, remember, the term state there does not refer to like West Virginia or Ohio. It's referring to a nation. So if it has a legal system that is based on religious law, that is a theocracy. These were a lot more common in early civilizations. I know nowadays the idea of a church or a religious leader being also a legal leader is kind of unheard of. It's kind of uncommon. Iran is an example of a modern theocracy. It is referred to as a theocratic Islamic republic. Because in Iran, their laws and their law codes and everything is based on Islam. While the supreme leader of Iran has the final say in all matters, he is appointed by a religious board. So he and lower offices are filled by elections, but all laws must be compatible with Sharia, the moral code of Islam. So while it is a theocracy, it's not a dictatorship because there are other people in the government besides the one leader, and the lower offices are filled by elections. Okay, the last term for this video is going to be democracy. Democracy means rule by the people. This type of rule was first used in ancient Athens, who boasted a direct democracy. In a direct democracy, every citizen had a say in every action of the government. So, let me ask you this. In America, do we have a direct democracy? I'll give you a few seconds to think about that. So in America, do we have a direct democracy? We do not. If we had a direct democracy, every man or woman of voting age would have to weigh in on every single action of the government. And that is just impractical. This is impractical in modern industrialized nations. Most are republics. And we will get into what a republic is in the next video. Okay guys, that's all for this one. Like I said, I want you to be following along with the PowerPoints that I have put on Schoology for you, to be filling those in. Once again, you do not have to submit those to me. I mean, if you want to, it's up to you, but those are for your reference. Those are your notes for this class, and they're going to be very helpful going forward, completing study guides and other assignments. So keep track of them, don't just delete them. You can store them in your OneDrive account. I'm going to be showing you how to set one of those up in the next couple of days. So if you don't know how to use OneDrive yet, you will soon enough. Alright guys, that's all for this one. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks.